Hello, my name is Lucio, and welcome to the show. Yesterday, I finished Ernest Becker's 1974 Pulitzer winning book, The Denial of Death. In this work, Becker explains how religion is caused by the fear of death, and through this fear of death, we try to overcome it by creating a hero system in a Nietzschean sense with his Übermensch, or peak experience in the Maslow sense, or young spirituality from departure of psychology and Freud as well. He also talks about Otto Rank and B.F. Skinner and a bunch of other psychologists. On page 200, Ernest Becker states, men need pageants, crowds, panoplies, special days marked off on calendars, an objective focus for obsession, something to give form and body to internal fantasy, something external to yield oneself to. Otherwise, the neurotic is brought back to the point of his departure. How is he to believe in his lonely inner sense of specialness? So what this quote means is that man needs a reward in order to pursue his goal, and the pursuit of a goal is dependent on the reward. So if there was no reward, there would be no use in pursuing a goal, in a sense, because the mere act of a reward provides man with a sense of meaning and fulfillment that if what he has endured was difficult, he would be able to endure it once more and again if he was rewarded for it. It is also due to pleasure and gaining pleasure from said reward. In the foreword, on page XII, is the writer of the foreword, Sam Keen, author of Fire in the Belly, writes, the basic motivation for human behavior is our biological need to control our basic anxiety, to deny the terror of death. As I said earlier, religion is an expression of our fear of death, which is manifested through cults and other systems by showcasing their confidence and certainty of what happens in the afterlife, when in reality there are no clear answers for why things happen in the world as they happen such. There is a critique of the book from Jordan Peterson where he says he has read the book and has stated that Ernest Becker is wrong in an interesting way. The way he is wrong is if religion is a result or a byproduct of our fear of death and our need to overcome this fear, to feel meaningful and purposeful, why invent hell? It is completely life negating, and it is truly traumatic to the child who is brought up or indoctrinated into a religion to assume that there is this eternal torment for people who do wrong for something as simple as masturbation or something worse like murder. Becker does not agree with the Nietzschean Übermensch or the Abraham Maslow peak experience, peak experience, peak experience in his works, and the hierarchy of needs as well, or in Jung's spirituality, which is a departure from psychology and Freud. There is a chapter on psychology and religion. There is a chapter on sadism and masochism and sexual deviance or homosexuality as well, near the end of the book specifically. In the conclusion, In the conclusion, it states, when we are young, we are often puzzled by the fact that each person we admire seems to have a different version of what life ought to be, what a good man is, how to live, and so on. If we are especially sensitive, it seems more than puzzling, it is disheartening. What most people usually do to follow one person's ideas and then another's, depending on who looms largest on one's horizon at the time. The one with the deepest voice, the strongest appearance, the most authority and success is usually the one who gets our momentary allegiance, and we try to pattern our ideas after him. That comes from the first page of the conclusion of this book. However, disagree with the book and agree with Jung, Maslow, and Nietzsche as well. I believe that if you want to believe in a hero system in a Joseph Campbell way with the hero myth in his book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, then and it provides you with meaning, then it is okay. For Carl Sagan said in Pale Blue Dot, if it takes a little myth and ritual to get us through the day, then who among us cannot sympathize? If you're depressed, don't read this book. It'll only make you more depressed. If you're a psychologist, you should probably read this book, as it is a philosophical, psychological inquiry into the nature of man and the meaning of existence. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good night.